Whether you're going on a long weekend camping trip or you spend a lot of time outdoors like I do, filming content from my kayak or in the woods hunting, or you're dealing with the inconvenience of a power outage, having extra power supply or sufficient power supply is a must. And that's why I was obliged to work with Egretech on their Sonic 1200 watt power station. Now, this is a portable power station, okay? And I'm gonna walk you through operation and function and all that type of jazz, but this baby is nice. Coming in at right around 22 pounds. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I can tell you this thing's light. It's half the weight of a car battery, right? Curling it, left hand, right hand. We're pressing it. Super compact, super sleek. Check this thing out. And on the back you'll see here, 1200 watt power station. Now I'm gonna walk you through the specs of this, and then we're gonna do some operation of it. I'm gonna kind of put it through the ringer. I got a few things I'm gonna charge here. I got some Milwaukee batteries. I'm gonna charge my kayak battery, which is a 100 amp hour lithium battery. I'm gonna plug it into a couple household items for you guys so you can determine whether or not it's something you need. Let's walk through some of the functions of it, how to use it, how to charge it, stuff like that. Okay, so the Egretech Sonic 1200 portable power station is a 1200 watt AC power output. There's 3 ways to recharge it, which we're gonna go through. It's AC, solar, and car charging, your 12 volt charger. It has a G-Flow inverter technology, charging to just 80% in 1 hour. Automotive grade BMS continuously monitors battery status. 8 outputs for multiple devices. Okay, so let's get into the specs of the Egretech Sonic 1200 portable power station. The battery information, the capacity is 37 volts, 27 amp hour, 999 watt hour. The cell chemistry is made out of lithium. It is a lithium battery. Life cycles are greater than 1,000 cycles up to 80%. All right, so let's turn this bad boy on. We're at 58% out of the box. So let's plug it in the wall, see how long it takes to get to 100. All right, we're plugged in and charging. Under this little side cover here, there's 2 side covers. Under this one is where your charging ports are, right there. Your solar and car input. Here's your 110. We are charging. Okay, so we are at 100%. That took a little over an hour. About, I'd say 75 minutes or so. Hour and 15 it took to fully charge it. Okay, now that we went over the specs, let's just take a closer look at the Egretech 1200 watt Sonic portable power bank. This thing's packing a lot of power, a lot of options here. So right here you have a USB-A, 24 watt, you have 2 ports. Here you have USB-C, which is really the standard anymore. You have 2 ports at 100 watts. You hit the button, and it shows you right here. USB-C is active. So we'll shut that off. We have nothing plugged in. We could go over here now. Let's turn it. Here we have your AC output. You have 2 AC outputs. So if you were to kick that on, it should tell us on the screen, yes, AC output is on. So we'll shut that off. Okay, coming back around to the front, you have a 12 volt DC on and off operational button there as well. Screen kicks on. Okay, so that's for your standard 12 volt stuff. Up top here you have the power button. You have a wireless charger. You can set your phone or wireless charging device right on top. You also have the carry handle, which I showed you guys at the beginning. And then we have a light. So it has a low, high, and then party mode. Strobe. Go ahead and turn this bad boy around. So on the other side, you have your input devices. So here you have a solar input option. Again, they have a solar panel that you can purchase for this and charge it up. Takes 6 to 7 hours. You have your AC input right there. Here's a little vent, little cover, snaps in, keeps that covered up nice. Your fan is down here, okay? That does not come off. And then on the back, it just shows you it's a 1200 watt power station. So pretty simple, sleek design of the Egretech 1200 watt Sonic. So what we're gonna do now is just run some basic things into it and see if we can just check the operation. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna start with the Milwaukee M12, M18 battery charger. Household item, a lot of people I know use them, I use them. I have the big Milwaukee high output battery. So let's go ahead and plug this in there. Get it slid in anyways. Okay, it's red indicating the battery is charging. Now let's bring the camera over to the display. Okay, so it's putting out about 65 watts to charge this battery, and it appears I have a 15-hour availability to me to charge that. So granted, it wouldn't take that long to charge this battery, but if I had to, at 64 watts, I'm going to get 15 hours of use. So that's just something to consider. If your output is 64 watts, whatever you're using equivalates 64 watts, you're going to get about 15 hours worth of battery. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and unplug that. And what we're going to try next is the Black & Decker toaster. So let's get him plugged in. I didn't even read anything on the toaster. To be honest, we barely use the toaster. I had to dig it out of the drawer. We use it while camping. Okay, that's about the only time we use it. So here we go. The toaster draws a lot of juice. You're talking 811 watts, 810, 811. You're going to get about 1 hour of charge. So keep that in mind. If you're running right around 800 watts of usage, you're only going to get about an hour out of this thing, which is a lot considering. Ain't nobody running a toaster that long. Okay, so far, relatively impressed with the Egretech 1200 watt Sonic portable power station. But let's take it over to the kayak now. I'm going to hook up my battery charger. I didn't read the specs on it, but we're just going to plug it in and see what kind of lifespan we're going to get. If it's going to be suitable for me to actually go on a rustic camping trip and recharge my battery for the kayaks. My kayak's 100% electric, power, bow to stern, all my electronics on there, run off mainly one big battery. So let's go plug it in and see if this thing can handle it. Okay, so here we are. We got the Old Town Autopilot Dakota Lithium 100 amp hour battery. I've got the 10 amp hour charger right here. And I suppose the one beauty of this whole scenario is that I don't need extension cords. I can move this power station right to where I need it. Go ahead and plug in. Okay, we're plugged in. We are fully plugged in. I'm looking at about, let's see if that ramps up at all, the 160 watts. It may ramp up a little bit, but let's see. You might be able to hear the charger running a little bit. So it looks like about 5 hours to fully charge that if it was dead. Now I never run it dead, so to speak, but looks like I'll get about 5 hours at 158 watts, which would be more than enough to top the battery off for the kayak, all things considered there. Now, if I was going on an outdoor camping trip, I would definitely spend the money and get the solar charger, because a lot of us camp, obviously in the summertime, especially if you're in the mountains or something, you get a lot of sunlight up there. It would be worth being able to keep this thing plugged into a solar panel to keep it charged all the time. And you guys, I've used solar charging devices on my elk hunts and stuff like that, and they work phenomenal. Solar power, solar charging, stuff like that. My whole security system on my house is powered by solar, so it's definitely worth it. I would definitely invest in it, and maybe they'll send it to me so I can get a test on it and see how well it actually works. All right, just for kits and shiggles, I do have a 20 amp charger for my Dakota Lithium here. This is what I always use. It just charges a lot faster. It looks like 4 amps output, 292 watts it says. So this is quite a bit more power. It's actually double. Okay, we're plugged in. Let's kick it on. Where's my button? Right there. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Shouldn't, according to what the output is on the battery or on the charger. There it goes. And that baby's running full steam. So it says I'll get 2 hours worth, which is more than enough to fully charge this battery where I left it. 330 watts. According to this, 292 watts. So relatively close. Relatively close. But it will run my 20 amp charger, which is nice to know. And again, if I had the solar charger for this bad boy, and I was camping and I was taking a break from the water or something, I could have that going, and I could have the solar charger plugged right in here and constant flow of energy coming in. So while I got the kayak charging with the Egretech 1200 watt sonic portable power station, let's just throw out some numbers here, okay? First of all, let's start with price. Right now, they got it on sale. It's right around 560 bucks, depending on where you purchase it. Let's talk about some charging, you know, some different things that you can charge in hours of time or the multiple times you can charge them. If you're gonna charge your mobile phone, if you got your iPhone, like right here, got my iPhone. If we're gonna use that, you're gonna get about 75 charges. If you got a computer, like a laptop, a MacBook, you're gonna get about 15 charges out of that. If you're looking to plug in your refrigerator, you're gonna get about 7.5 hours, close to 8 hours of charge, which is nice because if you deal with a power outage and you got a fridge you need to plug in to keep your food safe, it's a good option there. If you got an electric saucepan, you're gonna get about 4.5 hours of use. If you've got a TV, one of the new smart TVs, things like that, they use a lot less than they used to, but a 110 watt TV, you're gonna get about 8 hours of usage out of it. And it's something like Instapot, electric rice cooker, things like that, you're gonna get about 3.2 hours of usage. Let's talk about your outdoor activities, right? Let's say you're going camping, you got a projector, you wanna let the kids watch a movie, something like that. You're gonna get about 5 hours of movie time through that projector at 180 watts. Electric blanket, you're gonna get about 15 hours of usage at 80 watts. Your digital camera, if you need to recharge a battery, you're gonna be able to recharge that about 55, 56 times. Your drone, to recharge your drone, let's say like you're like me and you use a drone for some of your action shots, you're gonna get about 22.5, 23 charges out of that at 40 watts. An electronic camping light at 10 watts, you're gonna get about 90 hours. So really awesome device. And again, I would recommend if you guys are going to purchase this, again, it's 560, 570 bucks, anywhere in that ballpark. I would recommend getting the solar panel charger. I've used solar charging devices before and they work phenomenal. They work like they should. You just get that baby in direct sunlight and you're good to go. So with that being said, again, full disclosure, this video was sponsored by Egretech. They gave me this product free of charge for this review for you guys. And if you're interested, I will leave their website and a link to purchase this below. Just thought it would be a cool product. Some of you guys may be interested in mobile battery power, you know, mobile backup power in general. So I know it's something I always carry. I'm like a walking battery bank. I've got batteries with me everywhere, constantly keeping my GoPros going, stuff like that. So thanks again, Egretech, for the opportunity. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free to do so. Hit the little bell notification to all. That way you're notified every time I upload another video. Thanks again, you guys. We'll see you on the next one.